Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our very first Digital Live. I'm really excited. My name is Nora, and I'm one of the field managers here at the Digital Summer Clinic, and I'm joined with Lily, another field manager, and today we're talking with Mykah Burton.
Hi. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, Mykah. And thank you for everyone for tuning in. We're really looking forward to picking Micah's brain. For those watching, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. We'll get to them during our Q&A section later on. So to kick things off, Mykah, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your experience?
Yes, of course. So, hi everyone. I'm Mykah Burton. I recently graduated from Eastern Michigan University, where I studied fashion marketing innovation with a minor in marketing. I've had a few great experiences in marketing, but one of the most impactful things was working as a field manager for the Digital Summer Clinic, as well as being an intern. Well, in that role, I helped promote the program, like to students, hosted events, built awareness just around all the opportunities the clinic has to offer. And then I also interned. So I interned with a startup called Elroy, where it's a data solutions company, and I worked on email and SMS automation projects, sorry, and also graphic design, and it gave me just a lot of hands-on experience.
Yeah, it's really great having you here, Mykah. Just like working with you as like on the field manager team, I've like really been inspired like by your designs and like social media engagement. It's really inspired me. And we just have a few other questions to ask you to help get to know you better and help everyone else get to know you better. So the first one I have is, what was the biggest learning curve for you coming into your first internship, especially working with a startup company?
That's a really good question. I'd say the biggest learning curve, honestly, working with a startup is like getting used to how fast paced and unstructured things can be. So when I interned with Elroy, I had to figure out just a lot on my own. So like how to use the automation tools, how to build workflows, and then like also how to stay aligned with the company's goals, even though like everything was kind of changing. So it was just a lot to keep up with, but it definitely pushed me to just be more proactive and then also to just trust myself when I'm trying out new things. So it ended up being a really good learning experience for me.
That sounds like a really good learning experience. I know being in the clinic myself as an intern and a field manager, I'm experiencing a lot of those things, working through
Yeah.
the unstructured work style, having some free reign. So it's really exciting. So it's good to hear your insight, like going through the same thing, because I know a lot of interns are going through the same thing as well.
Yeah.
So another question that we have for you: what is the challenge that you faced during your time as a field manager, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. So Bud actually put me in charge of our socials for a bit when I was a field manager. So one of the challenges that I faced was just figuring out what the best way was to reach students and to get them interested in the clinic. And I'd say I overcame that by just focusing on creating like engaging visuals, making reels, designing a lot of graphics, and then just like highlighting stories like from past interns and even like when we would go to job fairs, just like connecting with students there. And I definitely just paid attention to what students were responding to and then adjusted our content from there so that it felt more fun and relatable. And then I feel like that helped grow our social presence as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would definitely say like coming onto the team, like seeing the socials from before, I think now we're kind of like shifting more into like the more engaging part,
Yeah,
getting like students more involved. And I think
you guys are doing such a good job.
oh, thank you. But like definitely taking inspiration from you, because I think that's really helped, especially this um, program, because we've had like the most applications. I think
Yeah.
like almost like 700 applicants
There's a lot of
compared
applicants.
to like last year. And I think that's definitely a result of our social media efforts.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah, I
you
think
for
so
that
too.
also.
hmm So the last question we had for you is, what would you say is the most valuable thing you took from your time with the Digital Summer Clinic, and how have you used it in your personal life so far?
Okay. This is a good question because there's so many things that the clinic like
Mhm.
teaches you. But I would say one of the most valuable things that I took was just learning the ins and outs of networking and being pushed out of my comfort zone to actually like make those connections. So before the clinic, I was just a little hesitant to put myself out there. like, I would just have like this small anxiety of like, I don't know if I should go talk to this person, or I don't know how to start this conversation. But I feel like the program really encouraged me to like talk to professionals and then ask questions, build relationships. And I feel like that's something I carry with me now. So I feel a lot more confident reaching out to people, whether it's for like a job opportunity, a collaboration, or even just mentorship. That's like the biggest thing I took from it.
I think that that's a really valuable insight because I know in my own experience running the first all hands meeting of my intern session yesterday, I kind of had to think to myself like, wow, I'm gonna have to talk to so many people. And I definitely after the fact, after I got to network and talk to so many different really cool interns, different professionals, I felt a lot more confident in my ability to do that for like the next time. So I think that the experience of the clinic, it just definitely gives you, you know, the experience of talking to people so that when it comes to those more professional situations in your career, like you're prepared for it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, and I would say like in general too, I actually went to this event that the Digital Summer Clinic was hosting, and I kind of like went by myself. I was super nervous, but like always going to events, I never regret it because I feel like I take so much away from it. And like the networking part, it is like really intimidating, but also like you have to think that they are also like probably really scared and nervous to talk to other people. So, and I would say like also being in that field manager role, like in the leadership position, you're kind of like, I guess you would say like forced to like make conversation
Yeah,
also
Definitely.
does
like
help.
people are also like looking to you to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's very engaging. So it's like it really does force you, and it's a
Yeah.
really
And I think this experience as a field manager and as an intern, like, and well, as I should say, as a field manager, it just you have the opportunity to create such a good social culture and to like
Mhm.
bring the confidence of others of the interns like into play with your own confidence and just being like so like outreaching to them and social with them. So like it's a great opportunity to build somebody else up and just get some good communication down in the process. Like it's a win-win if you go
I
into
was
it.
gonna say, you honestly like set the tone as a film manager.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're
Yep. You have the
making
ability to
it.
create the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun position for sure.
it is.
Yeah.
And I would say too, it's like it's really comforting to know like we're all in the same position. Like this for a lot of us, it's our first internship and
Mhm.
we're trying to like get our foot in the door like for professional experiences, and we're also like around the same age too. So
Yeah.
it's really comforting to know that like we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like even it's like kind of bridging the gap from like an internship into like your first professional job
Mhm.
because you take so many like of the experiences and so many of the like insights from the all hands meetings, and then you kind of like when you become a field manager, it's like you have those connections and then you are the person who's reaching out to those professionals, so like you kind of get a connection within like working for the clinic, so it's like a win-win all around.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've always said like the mentors and like Bud especially, they're always there to support you. And I really love the culture of like the all hands meetings because, you know, they're always there to support you, especially like what you said, working in startup companies, they can be kind of chaotic and fast paced. So kind of getting yourself in there and but also having that support behind you is super helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
So now is the Q&A portion of our live, and unfortunately we do not have any questions at this point, so we are going to wrap up our first digital live, and I just want to say thank you to everyone watching and to everyone who joined today. We had a really good conversation with Mykah Burton.
Yes, thank you, Mykah.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. You have valuable experience, and I think that you're somebody I want to keep in my connections on LinkedIn, that's for sure.
Yes. Thank you guys for inviting me, and I wish the clinic all the best.
Yes, and you know, for everybody out there, be sure to stay up to date with our upcoming digital lives events in the summer. Our next live will be on June 16th at 5:30 p.m. So if you want to tune in for that, make sure to come on in, check our socials for all the updates, and we will see you guys all there.
Bye.